and detach them from their past.
Right.
People always come to me, man, why you spend so much time on tablets? You always talk about ancient this and ancient that. You want to go to ancient site. Why? We got problems right now today.
Right.
Well, guess what? We ain't going to fix none of these damn problems today unless we know what the hell went on back then.
Come on, man. Come on.
I'm telling you, the past is prologue. Until you go into the past, and I try to get to the closest. Now, we know that in everything that's ever written or everything that's ever spoken about by a human being has some falsehood in it. Okay,
right.
We know this. This is a fact. This is a scientific fact. However, the closer you get to the oldest of texts and the oldest of information and speak to the oldest group of people, the more you get closer to the truth. Mm-hmm. You can never get 100% to the fact.
Yeah.
But you can get as close as possible. So when I look at a 36,000-year-old tablet and get the deciphering of that tablet and get the information out of it, I'm getting as close as I possibly can to the original version of the story. And that's what's important, because that has allowed me to grow consciously, for allowing me to know the true power in me, to allow me to know how powerful I am, to allow me to know even how high I can even ascend to, beyond even, according to these tablets and texts, the beings that tried to encapsulate my avatar body and my spirit in this body. I can ascend even past them.
Right.
You don't know that until you go into the past.
You said something key as well, right? The past is a very powerful place. Like, we can't physically time travel, but we can mentally time travel.
Right.
Right? And in that mental time traveling, we can literally go back into our thoughts, right? And we can change the perception on events. And we can change the reality of those events, changing the feeling that we have attached to them. And this is how we start to erase trauma. There are some of the things that you're thinking about right now. You may hate an ex. Anybody ever hated an ex? I know none of y'all have. You know what I'm saying? But let's be honest, the average person feels like they're supposed to. That's a societal norm. Right. It's to dislike and hate your ex. Even though both of y'all was in the same place, y'all both attracted to each other at the same time, which simply means y'all was on that same frequency. Now, the reality of it is, if you go back and you study their relationship, and you understand the perception of where they was and where you was, and you pull out the lessons from it, you can no longer hate them because you understand them.
Facts. Facts.
So then, you're literally time traveling, right? You're going back in time, and this is what I've learned to do within my mind, right? That anytime I go through a sequence of events that I may consider negative or positive, I go back to make sure I have the highest level of perception on it.
Yeah.
So that allows me to go in those childhood experiences that I have and make sure that I rearrange the perception on it. I talked about in the last time understanding how to forgive yourself, which is a key so I don't hold on to things that I don't need. But now I learned to go back and forgive myself, not just the person that was in it, for every situation that I've been through. Right? And this is a mental training discipline that you can do, because most people have mother and daddy problems, right? They have issues growing up in a household. So I want to make sure that we have these little brain tools that we can utilize, because nobody ever gave us a mind manual.
Right.
Nobody said that, this is, you go look at chapter 19 and this is the way that the brain works. Right? So most people are not ascended masters of themselves.
Right.
So everybody here in our differentiated stages, some people are at the stages where they're just in initiation. The problem with the world today is we're stuck in an initiation phase. Everybody's getting beginner knowledge, right? And nobody wants to go to higher heights. And when they do that, they say you're going too deep. Right? Oh, no, you're losing the people. Right? These people are stupid. They don't want to hear all that high level.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
But we know people like high level conversations.
Yes, we do.
Right?
And I really want people to pay attention to this. Like, watch with your kings, your queens. Give us the 5 stars. My show producer told me to do this, but it's serious. We got to do #1 globally, right? Raise the consciousness all across the planet Earth. All right, back to us. We can keep it real. I want them comment. I want them 5 stars. You feel me? I want to get to the top of this thing.
Comment, like, and subscribe, family.
Yeah.
Each one teach one.
Yeah.
Each one reach one.
Yeah.
Get ahead and run them numbers up.
Yeah. First way to prepare your baby mama and baby daddy relationships.
Come on, let's go.
Subscribe to that high level conversation.
Subscribe, comment.
You know you're doing
like,
some work.
and share. We want you to do all the action steps, right? Yeah. Well,
Yes.
it's important. No, it's important to give them the commandment, right? Because we are passing the high-level conversation to you. And if you join us in a high-level conversation and you're excited about it, now you go take this high-level conversation to your homes, your households, your sisters, your brothers, everybody that needs it, and then give them the assignment, let them get this high-level conversation and pass it on. And we just keep making this the new norm of us having high-level conversations. So to Brother Key's point, let's do that. Ashe.
All right.
I guess I was the burn in the bush because I was the one dropping the knowledge, like Moses received.
Explain to us either your path or just a general path of starting off from, the initiation stage, especially when it comes to occult wisdom and knowledge, and then going to becoming an ascended master.
Yeah. It's a long journey, and for me, it was a long, lonely journey because, and it will be lonely at some point for everyone in the beginning stages. For me, I was fortunate and kind of unfortunate in some weird ways to be able to start reading at a very early age. And so it allowed me to start reading, and my parents would give me the Bible. Even though they weren't very religious people, they gave me the Bible. I would have to do book reports on the Bible. At 2 years old, I'm doing book reports. That's why I dedicated my last book to my dad, my financial book. He made me do book reports on everything you could think of since I was a little tiny kid. And because of him, I really got to give, everything he did that was wrong, that he got right. And the only thing was, going through all these texts, I started getting confused because I'm seeing a lot of inconsistencies here and inconsistencies there. I'm looking outside my window, I'm in the ghetto, like we're underneath the gutter, and then I'm reading this text where things are supposed to be, things ain't adding up. And so I started asking myself questions. I said, well, what if this and what if that? And then I would start looking up information. So I became a researcher at a very young age. And that led me on a journey of the beginning of my awakening, right? And so I started finding things that didn't correlate with one another and then writing down what didn't match or what didn't make sense to me, and then seeking out how can I find better answers. I tried to talk to a couple of friends. I'm only in elementary school at this time, by the way. This is like 1978, 1979.
Yeah.
And my friends are like, what are you talking about? So I realized this is something I have to go on my own. I tried to talk to my siblings, but even my brother, who was only 1 year younger than me, he wasn't at the level yet. I even saw them. I was the oldest, and I even saw him, as a baby. So all my siblings, I took care of them. I raised them. I cooked for them. I did everything I had to do. And so it was a long, lonely journey. But as I continued to work and study and research, I didn't give up just because it was lonely. Having all this stuff coming into my brain and not being able to really expound on it with anyone. But I saw it go from me when I got really inspired from hiding and talking to one guy that I knew in the bushes behind his house until where we were exchanging VHS tapes of more information.
He was behind the bushes?
Yeah, there was some. Well, I grew up in Miami, so back then there was a lot of
Moses for a second.
A lot of empty. No, not a burning bush. There was a lot of empty